Now we're on to Pioneer. Now we can maybe win a game. Now we can maybe win a game. Yeah, 0306, not close, by the way. Alright, now we're on to Pioneer. On to Pioneer. Let's do this. This is great hands. This is turn 3 Nissa. This is like pretty close. Like outside of double Burning Tree Emissaries, turn 2 Nissas, this is like as good as it gets. Enemy is on burn. As far as I know. If I remember correctly. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. I played double acceleration. Play double acceleration. So even if they kill one of my Lawnmower Elves, I can still top deck a land, play Nissa, have turn 3 and have turn 3 Nissa. This is gonna be great. So the problem with playing, our opponent played a wizard. So the problem with playing Nissa here is, first of all, my lands, I don't want to animate either one of my lands. It's really bad for me that either one of them dies, right? And second of all, they like all they need is Wizard's Lightning and anything, and my Nissa dies, right? So like I don't want to do that. So we don't want a Nissa. So Voracious Hydra seems like a more plausible play. Make a big creature. Make a 6/7. This is game 1. They don't have Chain of the Rocks. I'm like, okay, I can just make a 6/7, right? Or I can kill with the Pyromancer, have a 3/4, and they can't cast Wizard's Lightning for 1, right? So let's just make sure they can't cast Wizard's Lightning for 1. Let's just do that. So they play Soulscar Mage, and they attack. Now, the thing with Soulscar Mage is it turns your non-combat damage into -1/-1 counters instead. So if I block my 3/4 on the 1/2, any shock any shock will just kill my 3/4. We don't want that. So we just take it. Just take 1, whatever. There's Visionary. We can go Visionary into Nissa. There's the Devotion. So now we can play Voracious Hydra, or we can play Nissa. And our opponent's already represented. They have a burn spell, so let's just... We can Voracious Hydra and double the counters, and they have to burn it now. So that the counters that get doubled, or I don't get as many counters that get doubled, but Soulscar Mage will convert the damage, right? So they Lightning Strike to Soulscar Mage on the Voracious Hydra. So I doubled 1 instead of doubled 4. We just double block the Soulscar Mage. So like a shock doesn't stop it. You need 2 spells here. Yeah, you need 2 spells. They draw Luris. I'm counting my mana. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 11 mana. So I can Karn for Sky Sovereign and play it. Or I can also do Nissa and all that too, if I recall, which is what I think I ended up doing. So we just do some counting of our mana to make sure we've got enough to what we want to do. And we want to leave Lawnmower Elves to block if we need to. So we're just making sure that we're doing things properly. No, we go for Sky Sovereign, they tap out. So there's not much to board. I end up taking out Karns on the draw for like a Darksteel Citadel and a Voracious and a Verdurous Gearhulk just because I'm often going to have all my creatures burned out. So I'm on the draw. This is a perfectly keepable hand. So unfortunately, Earth and Nissa did not hit a land. Like, okay, that's a brick. That's bad news. That's super bad news. Searing Blood, I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're not playing a creature this turn. Because they have Searing Blood Exile was light up the stage, so I'm like, ah! I have Gargaroth and 4 mana. I'm like, I'm losing to mono red. Why? We also boarded in Stonecoil Serpent, so I think a 3 mana 3/3 is gonna be better than a Cardinal vast majority of the time. Because all I want to do is live to casting Elder Gargaroth, right? So putting in cards that cost less than 5 so I can like get to that point is kind of where I want to be. Yeah, I boarded in the 22nd land, the Darksteel Citadel. I'm like, okay, mulligan. Like, all right, this is a keeper. This is something. I can do something with this. Both find a land, right? Not playing very many, dude. 21 is plenty. The burn decks play 19. You realize that, right? I'm playing 21 with 4 Othenesses. So we don't play the Burn Tree Emissaries because we don't want them to get burned out. Because we want to have 5 mana on turn 3. We just make a pair of 3/3s. Those are good numbers. This was the 2019 championship. Yes, the name of this tournament was the 2019 championship because I qualified over a year ago. It was supposed to happen like really early this year, but the pandemic happened. So they kept on delaying. Because like originally I was supposed to get flown out to Seattle. We play in real life and do a lot of stuff there. Instead, it needed to be converted to an online only event, and it took a long time for that to come up. So Wizards, I'm like, okay, block. So they shock Nissa. I get to eat a 2/1, so that's nice. So I'm like, okay, I got nothing going on. Yeah, I'm glad you liked Dojo Tour. I got a 3/3 and they only got 1 card in hand. Maybe we can do something. Maybe we can do something. Okay, like Nissa, let's go. Let's do this. Nissa? Alright, we can just Ulamog them next turn, right? This is easy. They have 0 cards in hand. They can Pyromancer down my Vivian or draw Lurrus, right? That's a Vivian? Sorry, it's a Vivian. Like, okay, we can do Ulamog the next turn. Easy. Easy game. Easy. Okay, but they Pyromancer down the Vivian. 2 points. Oh, damn it. Alright. Wolf, you're in the game, buddy. You're in the game. Still can't attack, really. I just want to Ulamog them, right? So Now, Ulamog isn't game over because they do have Chain of the Rocks in their deck, which is exile the creature, which bypasses Indestructible. But we got Ulamog. So they have Aluris in their hand, so they just want to, like, this is a free attack for them. They can just, like, they have no permanents in the graveyard, so they just, like, Aluris, get back, get Lavamancer. They drew a white source, so what we could do is we could Ulamog down the two mountains, so they have to draw Mountain Chain of the Rocks, is what we could do. Or we can just exile Aluris and a creature and just kill them, which is an alternative, which is, I think, the superior line.